came against us, man. We rose above it. And we always gonna put in that work. Wang.
Hey, this your boy Big J, the Frothy Man, aka WangSolo. Fanito is out right now on all digital platforms. I appreciate the support. This is a serious Wang. We got 30 tracks. It's going down real big, man. Shout out to everybody who made this project possible. Hey, we gonna keep wanging in this thing, and I'll see y'all when I get to Yoke City, because we pulling up to it.
We coming up. Since the beginning, we pulling up to your city. We pulling up to your city.
All right. It's Burning50. We here. We live in the lab. Man, today is a super special. It's a special day today. I have the privilege to introduce, to interview, and to have a serious, in-depth conversation with my brother, Jonathan Banks, a.k.a. the Frothy Main. How you doing, my brother?
I'm all right, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm here, man. I'm just glad to be here.
Hey, man.
Glad to be
having me.
Part of this experience with you today.
Hey, we here.
We here, man.
We here.
So, just coming right into it, there are people who do know you, and there are people who don't know you, of course. So before I get in depth with my questions and getting to know you more, so the people can be abreast of who you are, just take a moment and tell the people, just give them a brief.
I'm just a businessman, a musician, an artist, a philanthropist, a developer. I'm a lot of things in the world, that I do. But mainly I'm a person that's here to create.
A creative.
Yes, a creative force. So, all of that stuff comes with that.
Yes, it does.
So I'm just grateful to be a creative force.
You are a creative. And in a nutshell, a creative is exactly what you are. For people who don't know, you actually produce music, you write music, you do artwork as well, a professional, a branding mogul, I like to call it that. So you do artwork as well. What are some other things that you do?
I develop.
What type of development?
Blockchain development.
Okay. Cryptocurrency. Blockchain. See, everybody that doesn't know what the blockchain is, that's a part of the cryptocurrency world.
Yes.
Okay.
So I decide how those companies come together to create their offerings for the world. Okay. And so, I'm also very heavily into branding and marketing and design. And these are not things, that I just throw out there. These are just things that have been mastered in layers. So nothing came all at the same time. Right. It just came, kind of in time, just working in different fields.
Exactly. So I understand the breakdown of time. So let's just start at the beginning. Where are you from? Let everybody know where you're from. And
I'm from Manioka, Florida. That's right outside of Gainesville, Florida, home of the Gators. Go Gators. And that's where it all started, on the farm.
Manioka, Florida.
On the farm.
So, pause. Manioka, Florida. It's a beautiful. I've been there.
You've been there.
I've been there. It is. It's a time capsule. It's beautiful. You just have to experience it. I like to say it's in the country.
Yeah, it's a special
in
place.
The country.
It's a special place.
It's a special place. One of the best kept secret areas, I believe.
I would agree.
Yeah, so you're from Manioka, Florida.
Yes.
So you're born and raised in this area in Gainesville, or?
Yeah. So when my mom and dad divorced, we moved from Manioka to Gainesville.
Okay.
That was a huge transition. Because growing up in Manioka, you never see police. You never see police. They never come out there. So when I came to Gainesville, I was like, oh, police exist. Cause back then it was just TJ Hooker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, on the TV.
And on the TV. And he was a bad man.
So, you know, when I came to Gam, like, these guys tell you what to do, you know, like, it was a big transition.
Correct, yeah.
And so we moved, you know, my mom being a hard-working mom, you know, we moved straight to, you know what I'm saying, Cedar Ridge, you know what I mean?
That's where we all started.
Cedar Ridge, you know, Woodgate.
Right.
Know, we moved from Fox Hollow. We moved from a couple places on the west side.
You're a real Gainesvillian.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
you are.
I have lived all over Gainesville and connected with a lot of people over the years.
A lot of people.
Yeah. That, you know, rest in peace, DJ Terror. That's why I met DJ Terror, you know, as soon as we made that transition. So,
salute to DJ Terror.
Salute to him. He was a big part.
Yes, he was.
You know, our humble beginnings as kids. You know, he was. We rapped together. We made songs together.
Yes, yes.
As kids, you know, along with some others, you know, influential people today. So you know, gotta give a big shout out to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, major shout out to Terror. He was actually one of the first people I see when I created Burning50.
Come on, man.
I mean, because he was at the radio station.
Yeah.
And you know, at that time, the ambition was to get it out to as many people. If he had the radio station, of course. But yeah, major shout out to DJ Terror.
Yeah, man.
You know, rest easy, my brother. Much respect, man.
So we came up with humble beginnings in
Yes,
Ville. You know what I mean?
Correct.
I remember days, you know, where we would be on Main Street in Gainesville, right across the street from the Publix. There was this place where we would have a studio, and you know, Bop, you know, DJ Bop Brown,
yep.
You know, and Bud, and all of those people from the first generation of hip hop came through.
Correct.
Matter of fact, we were talking about the QB earlier. You know,
Amp the QB.
Shout out that when Amp was doing the Squirrel,
right.
Back in those days, he had a type of song that was family friendly.
Yes, he did.
So a lot of those performances where, you know, those were family friendly environments, that's where our group was at too.
Exactly.
So we got to perform and open up for Amp, the QB,
okay,
when he was young, and work that whole circuit. And that's where our beginnings came from.
Being that deeply rooted far as the entertainment world in this particular city, how does that affect basically how the way that you move now, like the resources and the people? Does it make it easier? Are you finding it to finally after so many years of having different relationships, are you finding it to be more of a easier playing ground to get things done, or how does that work right now?
Well, you know, being so influential at a young age comes with a lot. Because, you know, for a long time, a lot of the people that I was always in front of became a part of what I do daily.
Correct.
You know, it's not a lot of people to look up to where we come from, you know, besides athletes.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of the people from my area, you know, when they say, hey, you know, Jay moved and did this in Alaska, or Jay was doing this over here, it was an inspiration to what's possible.
Yes.
You know, so, you know, when fans become rappers, you know, that presents a special kind of thing as far as the business, because you have to restructure.
Right. You mentioned Alaska.
Right.
When did the Alaska situation, I remember you being in Alaska.
Yes.
You went there and you definitely, I mean, from what I knew and what I could see, you definitely, your impression is still felt there years after you came back to this area. Tell me a little bit about the Alaska situation and you know what happened up there in that.
Well, you know, with Alaska, it was an opportunity where, you know, we were working at Crescendo Sound Studios.
Yes.
Working with all those guys.
Yes.
And it came to a point where, you know, I got the phone call that said, hey, you know, I see all of this media that you're doing down in, you know, the States.
Right.
You know, we would like you to come up here and place that media behind the governor-elect at the time.
Okay.
So I was able to go and put all of those skills behind that guy. You know, when you're working with those types of political platforms, you know, it's like things happen where they have to respond, so they have to call you in the middle of the night to come record and do things, you know. And so over the media campaign and, you know, inserting all of those things, I realized, you know, how things could go along putting stuff behind these kind of campaigns. So when, you know, working with the branding and marketing field, connecting all of that, you know, it kind of helped, you know, move along, and having an engineering degree. So all of these things come together into place
and
being
able to put the Frothy Main
Come on, man.
They had no idea.
No idea. I was working in the clubs with cameras, you know, filming people.
Yes.
To go to from Monteoka, Florida. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
To go to such a huge platform. Alaska is very rich in resources. Like, it's ridiculous.
Right.
You know, so to work on that level is huge. You know what I mean? To become an advocate for, you know, nonpartisans, and, you know, work with Sarah Palin and all of those, you know, people up there. That was a great experience.
Yes, it was, man. And just to live vicariously through the internet, via telephone.
Yeah, man.
We did communicate, you know.
Yeah.
And I was missing some good chew while he was gone. He called and tell me about shrimp hanging off the plate.
Man.
However, so, man, Alaska, so many other places that you traveled and seen, and so many different experiences. What exactly affects you the most right now, as far as what motivates you, your current music right now? The keys and codes, songs like that, like they're so far. Because if you don't even understand cryptocurrency, you just ain't gonna know what the hell you talking about on the whole damn song. Like, it's just, what was that? You know what I'm saying? So the song is just, and I know a lot about crypto just by being, you know, friends with you.
You know a lot. You know a lot.
I do. I would like to think I do. And when I hear that song, it's just like, how can you do that? And it's so far ahead, and it's actually current information.
Right.
But you're I'm just, so what gives you that little unique place of your music right now? Like, cause it's different.
Well, it comes from a real place. You know, I'm just telling my story. You know, I'm not trying to live out somebody else's plan for my life. I'm not trying to compete and say I'm a rapper or I'm a singer. I'm just using the tools that, you know, the universe gave me to just tell my story. And whether it comes up today that I want to sing a country song, or I want to go in here and do a pop record, I want to do some purist hip hop, I'm going to express myself in all of those ways. You know what I mean? And so I don't put myself in a particular genre. And, you know, I try to, you know, work with melodies and things that I could sing in my range, things that, you know, move for me, and just perfecting, you know, writing and expressing those thoughts over time. You know, as you get older, you know, you start to find ways to express yourself.
You do?
You know, that you didn't know how to do, you know, when you were younger.
We still doing it right now today.
Hey.
When you say express yourself, as you guys can see, like right now, we're sitting here in the Burning50 Room, I like to call it, and everything you see here is basically Big J has had his hands on all of the imagery that I've pretty much all of my logos.
We've been working together for a long time.
From the first day. And I actually want to take this moment to give you a salute. My very first show is Burning50. Big J was there from that morning. We had the club for 2 days. He was with me for 3 days. And he actually videotaped it that night. And he captured a timeless moment just for myself. And I've always thought highly of you for just bringing that camera and capturing that night.
Oh yeah, because the camera had some rough moments too.
My God, man.
The camera had
that. I don't know if that particular camera survived.
I don't know.
Yeah, but man, that particular night, man. So while I'm here today in front of everybody, I just want to say thank you for Burning50 for believing in me. And I've always felt that anything I could do to reciprocate the love and energy to you is necessary, man, beyond measure. As a music producer, as an artist, as just a creative in the music game, who exactly are some producers that you would like to work with personally?
Oh man, you go probably. This is gonna probably shock you.
Okay.
I always thought this guy was real cool, and he always had a way of making beats that was unique, and that is Mr. Timberland. Mr. Timberland. He's just unique. You know what I'm saying?
Signature sound.
Signature. And Kanye. You know what I mean? Like, Kanye is an excellent producer. And then I like DJ Primo.
Okay.
You know? DJ Primo had classic era of my life. You know what I mean?
Yes, man.
Samples,
Signature
just rip
stuff.
it up. Like, all of that stuff. DJ Quick.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Manny Fresh. All of these people were very inspiring to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? In their eras, you know, of music. I would like to work with any of those.
Now, would you say as a producer you have a signature sound?
Yeah, I do what's true to me. You know what I mean? I do what's true to me.
Right.
I think that through my contribution to the Florida sound, I could say that I created a signature sound.
It's organic.
It's organic.
And you know what? And it is they got frothy fingers.
Frothy fingers.
I can hear it. Like I know your music, so I hear it when it come on. So you guys, if you don't know, he has another album that he just released, and what blows your mind to know is the music that you're listening to. He actually produced this music, recorded the music, wrote to the music. So the whole piece of art, from the canvas to the frame to the artwork that you see that's promoting it, I mean, 100% through and through is your work.
Correct.
How does that feel to be able to look back sometime and just collectively look around and just see how you really left your mark?
It's something to be grateful for. It's something definitely to be grateful for, because we came up in a time where there was nobody that said, hey, you're so talented, let me do this for you, or let me do that for you. So we had to learn how to do things and do them on a professional level out the gate. You know what I mean?
With what we had.
With what we had. So with that, it grooms you into a way, and from there is, now I can orchestrate and tell people how to, from a managerial level, or how to execute things, and looking at over multiple people, and being able to communicate with them instead of it being me by myself.
Right. Okay.
And so that's kind of like how things have grown, learning how to take those levels and communicate it to others that also have that talent, and be able to work together.
Definitely leaving a real imprint on our mission here is to leave a significant energy of our presence once everything is done, and I think that your talents and the things that you bring, and you just do it with no effort. Like that's something that's I mean, it's really legendary. All right. Burning50, we still here right now with Big J. Checking back in. Had to take a little quick water break. Y'all know what it is, man. We getting down to it. So, being that I know that I've learned a lot from you, just being a brother. I'm just curious to know and to tell everyone, and we want to know, what has been your biggest giving experience? What have you done that really was significant, far as like being available?
Oh man, I think a standout moment for me was the Gainesville Influencer Awards. Being able to recognize others in the city who are not normally recognized. You know, in our city, there's a lot of history, and there are a lot of older people that, you know, I feel like always recognize the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there are younger people that are coming up that, you know, are doing amazing things too.
And they're great.
They're great.
They're great. So, yes, they are. They're great, man. They are great.
I think that was one of the biggest things, the Gainesville Gala. You know, being able to have the Influencer Awards and recognize all of those that are really putting in hard work, and just seeing the smiles on their faces and knowing that they were appreciated, you know, to come out and be a part of it. So we're looking forward to doing that again. And I think another great one for me is the Gainesville Coin. You know, developing a Gainesville coin, crypto coin for Gainesville to thrive, and through the use of blockchain technology is huge for us. You know, RL and I, you know, have worked countless days on this, you know, for the last 3-4 years, bringing about this technology and the Gatorverse and all of that stuff. So, you know, we're really excited to give that back to the community and finally see a point where it can thrive through these technologies. So we're excited about that as
the
well.
Gainesville Coin and the Gala Event.
Yes, for sure.
The Gala Event. You guys, that was one of the most humbling award, like that award ceremony. You gonna do another one?
Yes, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
For sure.
How will Burning50? How will you need to help? We're there. That was for one, I got a chance to dress up. I was clean as, you know, I was clean.
Yeah.
I got real clean that night, y'all. I'm gonna show you some pictures. But man, that event for both sides of the spectrum, as far as the black community, the white community, the mixed community, the Indians, it was just a universal situation where people that didn't know the significance of people that was in their community actually had that shining moment to be awarded, to be recognized, to say, you know, what exactly they done and the significance that they have, and you were able to pull that off. Almost looked like single-handedly. I had no idea this man was cooking. I didn't know he was. I'm in a suit and tie, and he was running. He was hosting, cooking, answering the door. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a special thing about that night. That was, you know, a lot of people had went to some event in the city one night, and they had called the next day. The volunteers said, "Hey, we have COVID," and it was an outbreak somewhere in the city.
Right.
And so the next day we had the gala.
Yes.
And we were short-handed, but we pulled it off.
No hands.
With no hands.
With no hands. Listen. With no hands.
You know, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, things come up. Challenges
and if
come
you hadn't
up.
paid attention and actually saw it and like didn't recognize it, you would have thought full staff, major planning, and I mean it just went. And man, that was a great night, man. It's just coming from me being recognized that night, and all of the other people that won some really great and interesting awards.
Yes, they did.
I had, you know, of course, you know, there's talented people, but to have a lot of these people and they're resourceful in the same room was super exciting, man.
I can't wait till this year.
Man, this year, I'm just seeing it on another level this year.
Let's come together.
Man, I think that's the most exciting part of the talk right there. That thing was it was just nice, and to have the creative juices to even pull something like that off, man.
You know, that was the first NFT art show, you know, raising money for charity through NFTs.
Right.
You know, something that is going to be a lot more prevalent, you know, coming up within the art community, just dropping these NFTs, you know, collectibles and values that can, you know, really bring a lot of light to the table. You know?
We got some more questions. Y'all stay tuned. All right. Burning50, we back. Big J, the Frothy Man. So look, man, for all the people that's into creating business, starting business, maintaining business, how important is brand management? If you could just give the people some insight, like how important is it to make sure that you have the best professional image that you can get, as far as trademarking purposes, logo purposes? What's the importance of brand management and doing it properly?
You know, that's an awesome question, by the way. The first thing I would say is that every company that, you know, isn't a brand, you know, everybody doesn't qualify for what it takes to actually have that stamp. You know, so, you know, the biggest thing is to continue to create great customer service, communicate, you know, have a distinctive product. You know, all of these things are very important, you know, before we even talk about brand management. You know what I mean? Because once you get there, then all of the pieces are there in place, you know, for your company to have that infrastructure to grow from there.
So how important is it to create content?
What the content entails, how it engages people to buy into your product, or to, you know,
fits
see
into
what
the
you
algorithm
have, what you have to offer. You know, all of that is important. You know, start off with being yourself. You know, never take somebody's product and say, you know, hey, I would love to do this like them because I see them being successful. Find out what's unique to you. You know, find out what's true to you and where your niche is in the business world, so that you could be unique and have something to offer.
And another term that I like to share is intellectual property.
Yes.
That is a such thing.
You know,
non-tangible property, ideas, intellectual property. Can you speak on intellectual property and
intellectual property?
Have you been robbed of any intellectual property?
Yes, many times.
Have you been robbed of intellectual property? Has anybody?
Many times. You know, it's a lot of stuff that we create as creatives that gets out into the world, and people try to segment it and figure out how it works for them. But in the end, it always phases out because they don't have the whole thing. You don't have the whole thing. So it's like, you know, we're used to that in this world, but it comes with also letting us know that what we think about works. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's a spinoff. It definitely is a spinoff.
You know, it works.
Yeah.
So, you know, that has added a lot of value to, you know, where we are today and the decisions that go into making, connecting with buyers and connecting with influencers, you know?
Man, that's serious. So, you guys, Big J, he does the best work. My logo here, this 100-band run, we created this last year, and it's turned into this. You know what I'm saying? Like from this logo,
a lot.
Oh my goodness, we got jackets, we got shirts, we got pants.
Been all around the world.
And we've been all around the world, man. And this is our stuff, like creative, sitting down with them and cranking the computer up, like, hey man, this is the idea. Let's and you've done that countless times.
Because I have a heart to see nobody being held up.
Right.
Like I would rather you come to me with an idea and we do this thing than to go to somebody who's gonna hold the whole process up. And you have to go to 100 people.
The drag queen.
You know the drag
I've been calling them drag queens today because they gonna drag you, man.
You know, the drag queen.
The drag queens. We
gonna
start calling them
all the way out.
For
and
20.
You can pay them.
And I always pay them.
And you can pay them off top. Hey, you know that because we come from the old school. Hey
man, let me put the ball in your court. Hey. So yeah. You know, that's always good, man, to not let the drag queens get hold of your work. You know what I'm saying? So there is a Now network, and we've always been on time and ahead of time a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
30 years in the future, 50 years. In the future.
Way beyond, and I just believe we catching up with ourselves actually.
You know, technology is a good part of it too. You know, a lot of our ideas couldn't come around into fruition until this technology has reached where it is, the Jetsons age of technology, where a lot of the components and the ways that we were thinking have been able to line up right now in perfect timing. So all of the ideas that you have, you know, for those who are listening, don't throw them away. Keep perfecting them. Keep activating them. Learning the bad and the good about it, so that when it reaches full fruition, you've worked out the kinks, and you can, you know, move.
And you won't be scared of the failure.
You know, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
The failures are everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They're the temperament of how far you tend to take it. Failures, and I appreciate. I think we've had some failures, and we had some great wins as well.
Oh yeah, and that's just a part of life.
That's the part of it, and it's been beautiful, man. So before we check out today, man, I just want to let everybody know that each day is a gift, and you got special people that you meet along the way, and the best thing to do is just know that you don't be selfish with particular people. And I think Big J is an example, one of the greatest examples that I know, my experience here, of someone who moves and thinks unselfishly, and he gives, and it's the best stuff. It ain't used stuff, it's good stuff. Anything that you want to leave, you know, far as impression, intent.
You know, I think it's, like I said earlier, it's the most important thing in life to continue to be yourself, understand your purpose. You know, if you don't know what your purpose is, you know, start with your name. It comes with a meaning, you know, and maybe that can align you with the path that you need to take, so you could take off, you know, and kind of operating in that, you know. And Fanito is out, you know, the music is out, you know, tap into that. You know, all of these things that we constantly create, they are for the people to tap in and uplift them and motivate them, so you don't have to listen to people who tear you down all the time and say that you're not on their level, because we're all on the same level as human beings, moving through this life, trying to navigate it the best way we know how. So, you know, when you listen to the music, think about that. You know, this is people who have seen the same struggles that we went through, and have been through a lot of things in life that we're going through, and so we always take that winning attitude. So that's my embarkment on the people.
We're taking the high road. Man, that's a great attitude to have. And like I say, once again, you guys, Big J the Frothy Man, the producer, the the artist, the business mogul, the creator, the young millionaire, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brother is like, he's everything. He's the model. I model after this guy right here. There are things that I admire, I model after, I share his gifts that he shared with me with other people, and it's just a great experience, man, to know you and to be a part of what you're doing.
Likewise, brother. Likewise,
be a part of what you're doing, and to be able to watch, to be close enough to actually be able to watch and see some of the things that go on behind the scenes.
See people grow, man. It's beautiful to see people grow.
It is, man.
You know, shout out to everybody out there that I ever grew up with, man. A lot of y'all are very successful. I'm proud of you. And if there's anything that I could do to help anybody, you know, reach that point of their individuality, man, I'm all for it.
Yes. And before we go, how can the people find you?
I Grow Moguls, Big J the Frothy Main, Jonathan Banks. You know, look up all three of those things and you'll find me.
YouTube,
Facebook,
everywhere.
I should have go put it on the screen.
There it is. So you guys, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's Burning50, Big J the Frothy Man.
Record commercial Sarah Palin while Wiley in Vegas. Baddest women in the city fight for my attention. I got them all claw sisters and fully committed. In a room of old hundreds, you know what we're running. Handshakes with the people that's current. 9 to 5 in the winter, 9 to 5 in the summer. Then it's back to 9 to 5 south, working every county. They ask me what I'm doing it, baby. I'm just sweeping through the city, don't have to forgive me. Yeah, we put y'all up on game and y'all have to admit it. Ever since we showed you what we showed you, I had to go get it. Hold on, let go. Everything gonna be alright. We can party on the next road. There's a party on the next road. Hold on, let go. Everything's gonna be alright. We can party on the next road. There's a party on the next road. I put my life up on these records, not signed by commitment. Man, I did it from the heart, no intention for gain. But they judging my success off their visual distance. That come from people who don't know if they'll make it today. And it's hard to show them something, man, that he can't be. And it's hard to show them something, man, that she can't see. And that stress it build on to make it harder to think that I'm working against the man that showed me options was green. What would you do? What would you give to live the life full of riches? It's in Beverly Hills. Gas tank ain't no E, working for them refills. And know that everything's good, mama paying her bills. Underwater breathing, but you're choking, missing them gills. Fishing, throwing bait, tackle, feeling stuck on the reel. Trying to pull it all in, tow trucking on grill. Just because you got milk, don't mean it's gon' spill. Falling down the sands of time, slipping in thick of sand. Understand that you trusting and you can't see his hand. God got you in his arm, he gon' help you to stand. So don't be tripping, cause it's part of the plan. Hold on, let go. Everything's gonna be alright. We can party on the next road. There's a party on the next road. Hold on, let go. Everything's gonna be alright. We can party on the next road. There's a party on the next road. Whoa.
Man, we rose above it, and we always gonna put in that work. Wang.
Hey, this your boy Big J the Frothy Man, aka WangSolo. Fanito is out right now on all digital platforms. I appreciate the support. This is a serious Wang. We got 30 tracks. It's going down real big, man. Shout out to everybody who made this project possible. Hey, we gonna keep wanging in this thing, and I see y'all when I get to Yoke City, cause we pulling up to it.
We coming up. Since the beginning, we pulling up to your city. We pulling up to your city.